to, and still do to this day. Watched a lot of his training. He was at a captive agency, a captive company, for 11 years before coming over to Family First Life. And when he left that company, they took all of his renewals, and now he owns his own book of business here at Family First Life. And this month, his agency, FFL Elite, one of the best branded agencies in the entire company, is going to be jumping from executive vice president to board member, doing over $1 million a month. So please help me welcome to the stage, Albert Klein.
All right, guys, thank you guys very much. So we are rounding third for coming home now. So just first of all, let's give a nice warm thank you to Jordan and to Alex for putting on such an awesome wedding.
Nice.
That was my first year here to come up and speak, and it was a room maybe half the size, a quarter the size. I mean, that's how quickly the FFL has grown. And that's my topic for today. Today I'm talking about why FFL now and sense of urgency. Okay, so when I was coming up with the ideas of what to talk about today, there was one person that came to mind when I was putting everything together. I'm like, this person could really hear it, and that person's actually me, right? So I'm actually up here talking to myself. You guys can just kind of listen. But no, the thing is, it really spoke to me because as you guys listen to all these great speakers up here talking about all these different topics, things that you actually do yourself, you know, the exact same blueprint that you guys can take. Different speakers with different types of personalities, different styles. Everyone has someone that they can relate to. So when it comes to Family First Life, the reason why this is the right time is because if you guys heard from Sean Mike, we're going to do $680 million this year.
Woo!
This year, business, real business. Woo! Yes, that's right, Alex. So with that type of trajectory, that type of growth, I mean, for you guys to have any doubt that this doesn't work, I mean, that doesn't make any logical sense. You know, so if you guys see everything that's in front of you, you guys have to understand, you know, what are you guys going to be willing to do for it might have that sense of urgency? Because for me, I grew up with nothing. I grew up poor, didn't have very much money. Then I made some money. Then I became broke when I went to school, and then went to debt and made some money, lost money, all that. So one thing I realized about myself was money doesn't really matter to me. You know, so this would never been really a driving force for me. So then when I came aboard here, I really enjoyed it because, as Alex was talking about, which we came from the same company. You know, there was opportunity to grow at the other company, but the thing is, it was constantly a revolving door. And that was never fulfilling, it was never satisfying because you bring in all these people, you meet a lot of great people, you want to give them the opportunity and then make a little bit of money, and that system's just not made to last. You know, people just keep cycling through, and only the people at the top make all that money. And when I came to Family First Life, I was like, this is truly unique. You know, everyone has an opportunity to just do their part and make as much as they want, put in as much work as they want, and get whatever they want out of it. So, you know, when it came to Family First Life, I was like, you know, this is such a great thing. And I really enjoyed company, I really enjoyed all the people that I worked with, and it was just such a great opportunity, and I became a little complacent. You know, I still continue to work, I still continue to take calls, continue to invest back in my business, but there was no urgency for me because I'm one of those guys that where money doesn't drive me, and then everyone's like comfortable, everyone's happy around me. The thing is, I kind of got to this point where I was just take my sweet time. And for me, I've always kind of just figured things out and just really didn't need that much to begin with. So then it came to the point where I started looking at all these other agencies growing really quickly. And I was genuinely happy for them because, you know, we're all one team. Everybody into whatever success they have. It doesn't take away anything from what my team can do or what I can do. So I'm just genuinely happy for everybody. But it got to the point where I started looking around and I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing okay, which I guess I would always do okay if money's not a big deal. But the thing is, what about the guys on my team? And then I realized how incredibly selfish I was being by not pushing the pace, by not putting more back into it and actually trying to continue to drive this agency to go forward. And, you know, hitting $1 million this month, I mean, fingers crossed, we haven't hit it officially yet. So you never want to count everything, but the thing is, we're right there on the cusp, we're right there on the precipice. So once we get to that point, there's no looking back either. And for some people, some guys on my team, they started talking about, hey, we're going to throw a party, we're going to celebrate, we're going to do all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, hold on. It's a nice accomplishment. And first of all, you know, thank you to everyone that's like putting into this and getting us to this point. But ultimately, it's just a milestone. It doesn't mean that we're where we need to be. I think the point where I'm going to get really happy is just and really get a chance to celebrate is it might get a couple people to $1 million you have to know what the urgency is. Another thing too, I mean, I've, not to get too dark here, but I had a close friend like 2 years ago now at this point. He was my age, good buddy of mine. We had a lot of plans to do a lot of big things in the future. And he was dealing with depression, and he took his own life. And so, for me, I was doing at some point we would die. Okay, I'm consciously aware of this, but it never really thought about it, never really hit me to that level, because I just think I'm invincible, or it's not going to be for a long time from now. But I'm 42. I'm 42.
It's okay.
Yeah, I try not to count anymore.
It's
But
okay
I'm
to say
42, and the things, I feel great, and I feel like I don't look that old, but the thing is, I know my life is probably half over, if I'm lucky, right? So the thing is, if not now, then when? And that's something that we all have to keep in the back of our minds, because as long as you guys continue to think you have time, and you have more and more opportunities in the future, yes, you will have opportunities, because it's always going to be whatever you make of it, and you can always find an opportunity, always make an opportunity, but you always have that time that you think you do. So that's one thing I want to urge you guys, for everything that you guys picked up today, everything you guys learned from today, please go and apply it. Please take whatever you guys can from this, from all the great training that you guys received today, all the great speakers that we had, everyone that shared their particular blueprint or the specific things that they did and things that you can actually apply immediately. Go out there, put it in right now, and just go out there and have as much success as you personally want to. And if you guys want to continue to grow, just recognize there's an expiration date for all of us. So make the most of the biggest impact that you guys can now. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
He came all the way from California, so I really appreciate that. That was awesome. He's one of the OGs, so well done. So to wrap up today, you guys, I want to go over two things real quick. One more time, if you guys are local, like within 2 hours of Dallas, get the Work Spots app. Just like Dallas is your guys' home.